All right, I get it. Getting coins at the bank is a lot more tougher today than it was 2 years ago. So we're going to talk a little bit about the best alternative that is undersearched, underappreciated, but the market is absolutely exploding, and that's hunting currency. Same premise, guys, right? We all go to the bank. We all look to score that $500 box of quarters or a $1,000 box of half dollars, right? That's what we want. In the perfect world, we should be able to walk into the bank and ask for that. But half dollars, not exactly the type of denomination of coin that's circulating out there. I mean, you guys probably agree with me. And of course, a bank would be hesitant to hand out these boxes for a few reasons. Number one, it actually costs some money to obtain these. And number two, oftentimes the people that are not nearly as experienced at coin roll hunting will end up bringing back the searched half dollars, leaving the bank in a position to where they would have to pay to send it off again through an armored car company or some sorting company of that, whatever. But I can tell you this right now. You could walk into the bank, it would be just more likely and a lot more easier, and I guarantee it with a full G word guarantee. It's more likely that you could walk into a bank and ask for a bank strap of $101 bills than it would be to come away out of the bank with a $25 bank box. Now, there's a few advantages here to this, okay? $100 in dollar bills is a heck of a lot easier to carry outside the bank. It's not as noticeable. I think for some people that are avid roll hunters, I think one of the things that you have to contend with, and after a while you do get used to it, just all of the people gawking at you as you're sitting there trolleying, 10 bank boxes of various denominations of coins. I mean, in the real world, when it comes to what do you call it? When it comes to the people that come in to buy money for their business, okay, people don't normally buy dozens of boxes. All right, but people do order them to search through them. So why am I trying so hard to lobby for currency hunting? Okay, it's real simple. The returns are insanely high right now. Number one. Number two, there's a really cool website we're going to take a look at. I mean, we have to go to the source if we need to understand the production of brand new bills across all denominations. Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing, the government-ran facility, produces so many notes of every denomination that the inventory is constantly replenished and it's constantly refreshing. That should be, in a sense, a really great opportunity to jump into this. All right, so it doesn't matter if you go into a bank and you buy one of these BEP straps, okay, brand new, the notes look crisp, what have you. Or you go in there and they just give you just a regular $100 strap of circulated bills. There might be a few nice ones in there. It really doesn't matter. As long as you can come away with these notes in quantity, and I would highly recommend ones and fives, probably more so ones and twos, $2 bills if your bank still carries those. I know some banks don't even have those anymore, but they still make it. The BEP still produces $2 bills. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the potential on the secondary market. And guess what? Going through currency and understanding things like fancy serial numbers, printing errors, and all sorts of other things are a heck of a lot more easier than trying to understand errors and varieties on coins, which can be a pretty substantial undertaking. So, when we look on eBay, these are fresh sales as of this morning, as of about 20 minutes ago. I just brought this up. Fancy serial numbers. Okay, those are number patterns on the serial numbers. You have solids, which are all the same number on the serial number. There's radars called palindromes. There's 2-digit numbers, so it's the 2 different numbers repeated across the bill. There's repeaters, which are the first 4 numbers of the serial that are copied twice on the same string, because the serial number is 8 numbers. You also have, people even come up with things like trinary. There's birthday notes. There's double quads. There's 7 of a kind. You can even say 6 of a kind. People are actually selling 6 of a kind bills. I mean, just look. I mean, you know, the ones that aren't really technically fancy serial numbers are still selling for a few bucks. But when you get down to some of these notes, like this 1969 $5 banknote, keep in mind, it doesn't have to be a 69B. It could be a brand new 2017 Series 5, and it would still sell for over $60. But guess what? Look at it. It's got 6 of a kind 7s. 7 and 8 are considered lucky in culture. 8 more so in Japan and China. All right, China mostly. You know, they pick up anything with the number 8 in quantity, and they always overpay for these things. They don't really overpay. They're paying what they perceive to be their market for these type of notes. Again, the possibilities are endless here, ladies and gentlemen. But you just go on down the line here. You take a look at some of these ridiculous numbers and notes. At first glance, I'm willing to bet that probably some of you out there have come across some of these bills with, you know, 6 of one number on a serial number, which for the longest time wasn't really recognized as anything. But look at this $1 bill, 2009, so it's a relatively new note with 6 6s in the middle of the thing. Shipped, sold for over $46. So these are regular auctions. 30 bids here. Here's 42 bids for a 7 of a kind 7s. Sold for over $95 shipped. I mean, that's pretty crazy. And the really cool part is you don't need to grade any of this stuff. So I have a few examples here. Let's see, that's a low serial number right there. Okay, similar to that one that you see on screen, with a fancy serial number of 247 as a low. Again, I personally consider a low serial number with 5 leading zeros and then 3 digits. So 999 and under. But people have had pretty good success at selling 4-digit low serial numbers. Some people have had pretty good luck selling 5-digit low serial numbers with a star. Because generally, when you have a low serial number with a star, it's probably a low production run also. We're also going to talk about how you can find that out. Here's a double quad. So you got 4 7s and 4 6s. Sold for $92 with 4 bids. And then this is brand new notes, guys. Brand spanking new notes that are being produced in large quantities every single month. Okay, here's a fancy serial number, albeit this one's graded. Low digit 760 star for $105.26. People are also selling larger denomination notes. Keep in mind with the larger denominations, I always talk about this because you guys need to know, larger denomination notes with fancy serial numbers will not sell for as nearly as much money as the lower denominations, 1s, 2s, and 5s. Keep that in mind. If you're going to go out searching and hunting, get 1s, 2s, and 5s. I would probably aim more for $1 bills because bank tellers know what silver is. All right? A lot of bank tellers are taking silver out of the change before it goes back to the customer. However, they don't pay attention to things like star notes, low production run star notes. They don't pay attention to fancy serial number patterns on the notes. And again, that's why this particular segment of numismatics, specifically bank money hunting. I'm using that as a general term because I can't very well say coin roll hunting because this is strap searching, okay? But just the mere practice of going to the bank and picking up money to search through in the hopes that you could find stuff like this. And believe it or not, you find them more frequently in paper money. Again, the age-old adage goes, just like playing the lottery, okay, the more tickets that you buy, it's going to better your odds. So don't go to a bank and pick up $10 at once, okay? Go ahead and play with house money. If you got $500, go ahead and pick up $500 at once and go ahead and search through it. Again, look at this. Binary repeater 2227, 2227, sold for $36 shipped. Here's another one here, 2-digit serial number, sold for $44. You guys see the trend here? I mean, this is real money in a real market that is continuing to be as burgeoning and as explosive as ever. And the big reason why that I feel like it's important to discuss this is because I'm having my own personal trials and tribulations with buying premium collectible currency on the secondary market, because these things are realizing prices that are about 20 to 30% higher, and for whatever reason, I cannot match up to the big ballers out there that's willing to pay that additional premium, but God bless their heart. This is the current market, and it is an untapped resource. Look, I'm scrolling by. You guys are checking out all these. You can see the serial numbers. They don't look like anything special until you take a moment to look. And then you look at the realized sales data on a lot of these notes, and then you'll understand. It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on and on. And it's crazy. It's really awesome. Look at this $1 bill here with a double quad. 4 1s and 4 4s. Sold for over $80 shipped. And it's got a stain on it. This is a very popular collecting area. And as long as you guys know that it is such, this is going to be a really great supplemental income opportunity for the people that need it. All right, so we've explored enough of the fancy serial numbers on the secondary market, all within the last 24 hours, mind you. These are all new, fresh sales as of this video. Look at this. They even sold a zip code for 50th Illinois for $10. A 5-digit with a star. $10. Are you kidding me? Okay. So the entity that produces these notes is called the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. They have their own website, much like the U.S. Mint does theirs, and they work hand in hand. They actually do collaborative cross-selling. The BEP, believe it or not, actually has their own shop, which is down here on their main splash page. Check that out, the website, moneyfactory.gov. The big reason why I'm on here is not specifically to check out the store, okay, the BEP store. No. I check out this neat little link here called Production Figures. This will help you guys understand the production month in, month out, okay, and it's up to date. Take a look at the monthly production reports. They go by FY, fiscal year. Fiscal year 2022, we have October, November, December, January. Let's check out January. All right, so it's always about 30 to 45 days behind, but take a look at what we have here. This is really easy to read. We'll start with this sheet here. So it starts with the lower denomination. So we got $1 bills here. Series 2017 SA. So you guys are probably asking yourself, what in the world is SA? That's simply just the block. All right. So you guys notice on the serial number on these notes, there's a letter in the front and a letter in the back. They call that the prefix and suffix letters on there. So this one right here with the low serial number is the HC block. So if you saw this on the production report, it would say, for example, 2009, because that's what the date of this note is, 2009 HC. And then it would tell you what the bank letter is, which is the district, which is this one here in the black. So I think what A is, if I'm not mistaken, that's like Boston, I believe. Serial number, it starts out at 51. 51,200,001. So that's the beginning series number for that run in this month. And the serial number, as you can see, ends here. So they produced notes from 51,200,001 to 96 million. So overall, they've produced 44,800,000 notes, or $44 million for $1 bills of that particular series of that bank letter. So it's pretty easy to read, right? They even have star notes. So they'll tell you how many star notes they've produced of a specific series, specific denomination. This is a very invaluable tool. Because if you're out there going through the banking system, believe it or not, you could actually request fresh BEP bricks, which houses $1,000. It's shrink wrapped and it has the BEP sticker seal on there. Those are the best notes to pick up at the bank, but you have to ask for it because they have to order it. I've successfully done this, especially when I lived in the Bay Area. We have a Fed Reserve Bank in San Francisco, which goes by they're District 12. They're the highest one. But you could go into a large established bank like your Chases and Bank of Americas and Wells Fargo's of the world and ask for BEP bricks, but they have to order it. It's not something you can just waltz right in there and ask for it. They may or may not have it. It's always easier to call ahead and order it. But again, we're playing with house money, and they'll always have paper money available. Whereas with coins, the so-called coin shortage has really kind of made banks restructure the way that they hand out actual coins. All right. So as you guys know, even to this day, it's still hard to request for actual boxes of coins. I've had people in my comment sections and all that say I can't get a hold of coins. But paper money, you most certainly can access this. As long as you get super crazy on a bank visit, if you need larger amounts of it, like maybe $500 and up of dollar bills, call ahead. Do them that courtesy, and they will hook you up each and every single time. Trust me. All right, so we've explored the Bureau of Engraving production reports. Again, it's a tool that I would use if you guys were going to go out into the field to your banks and do your runs and pick up some of these. You need to at least know, did they produce any notes recently? Even though this is January 2022 and we're in March, this is going to give you so much data. All right, it's going to give you even more data. You go back, check out December, check out November. Always check out the last 90 days of the report to see what their frequency of note printing is for each of the denominations. Obviously, they're going to print more dollar bills than any other denomination. Okay, it's just going to be a higher volume for that. Let's talk about a few more websites, and then we're going to call it for this video. Cool Serial Numbers is a fantastic freaking resource. If not to explore the different types of serial numbers that are legit fancies, but also checking out some really nice for sale items. When you go in here, it's really easy. Go into for sale, take a look at some of the notes that this particular seller has available. All right, and here's what I consider to be the top known fancies. All right, you have double quads. There's errors in this particular site. Fancy sets, that's multiple notes. High numbers, large size, also deals with legal tenders, which are red seals. But low numbers, millions. Radars, repeaters, 7 in a row, 7 of a kind. The difference is 7 in a row is 7 straight of the same number without any interruption in the middle. Whereas 7 of a kind, maybe there would be a 1 in the middle of all those 8s. Solids, all of the same number. Star notes, super radars, super repeaters. Super repeaters are simply 2 numbers repeated over across all 8 digits. So 54, 54, 54, 54. 2-digit repeater, super repeater. 56 here. Again, check out the prices. Understand the values for these. This particular seller sells out of a lot of his most popular serial numbers. Like if I went and clicked into, say, low serial numbers, I'm pretty sure he won't have a lot of inventory. But the ones he does have are quite stunning. Like check out this silver certificate with a serial number 2 that's graded as a 66 through PMG, $2,500. And guess what? It's worth every penny. All right. The higher the serial number goes, the less the note is worth, but still worth a lot of money. But again, know the potential of what is out there and what you can do to monetize off of this. Because I know people that do this every single day and make maybe $1,000 extra a week on top of their regular income. And keep in mind, this is nothing that you have to dedicate a whole 8-hour shift on a weekday to do. You pick up these notes on your lunch hour at your main work, and then you go home and you check it out. After the kids go to bed, after the wife goes to bed, or vice versa, after the husband goes to bed, go ahead and look through these. If you have like $500 face, it will really honestly take you about half an hour to dissect all 500 notes. It's actually quite simple if you know what you're looking for. Again, I can't stress that enough. Part of the educational aspect of being successful at this particular segment of numismatics is really just taking the time to go to the websites and do a little exploring. All right, so there you go. Kind of a quick little glance at coolserialnumbers.com. This is a site that I have bookmarked, and I'm sure the owner of the website appreciates a little extra publicity. He sells out a lot of notes, so it's no really big surprise. And then finally, this is a site that you guys are very familiar with, mycurrencycollection.com. For the longest time has been the go-to source to explore serial number, or star notes rather, and to check their production runs. All right, so you go into star note lookup. I'm not going to go in there because we know that's cool and everybody knows how to do that. You type in the serial number, the series, the denomination, and then find out what your production run is. Anything 640K or less is worth keeping, and if they're in really nice shape, will be worth selling. All right, but the one part of the site that has really refined and have gotten a lot of visibility lately is this fancy serial number checker. People are actually using this site to check on interesting serial number patterns. It could be like 5/8 in a serial number and a mishmash of other numbers, and it will come back with a percentage. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little sampler based off of one of the notes I have here. All right, so we're going to check serial numbers. And then we're just going to go and type in just the serial number without the prefix and suffix letters. So let's go ahead and start out with the low serial number here that I have. The note's not in fantastic shape, but believe me, I could get $25 for this note all day long, if not more. All right, so that's my low serial number, 491. We're going to check this out here, and check that out. It's 98.3%. Coldness Index. It's very cool. And then what people will do is they'll screenshot this and then crop it, and they'll put it into their listing to help supplement their sale on eBay. And actually it helps. It helps out really well. And it gives you a little bit of data right here regarding this serial number. 491 contains a 5 of a kind together. It gives you interesting statistics. It really drills it down. It's only 0.037% of 8-digit numbers have this combination. So the likelihood of finding another one is really low. So it's kind of a rarity. And it tells you other information on there, which I think is really cool. I really like this feature on mycurrencycollection.com. Make sure you bookmark this. I do have one other fancy to look at here. It's a 4-digit repeater. Just recently discovered, not too long ago. We're going to go ahead and check this out here. And this one's 95%, also with a rating of very cool, all right, which will help my sales. So it contains 4 pairs, okay? Only 0.53% of 8-digit numbers have this combination. The serial number digits sum to 24, so it does have that. It has 4 unique digits, but it's also a repeater. All right, 4-digit repeater. Another thing to keep in mind, the BEP has that web store, which is pretty cool because they sell things like this. They sell uncut sheets. They sell them by 4, 8, 16, 50, 32, you name it. So they have a bunch of different sizes of those. Those are always popular when they do come up for sale. However, I gotta let you guys know they sell out really quick. So that's another kind of like thing that you can buy as not only a gift, but these things flip very well. You can usually double your money on the full sheets. Whatever, however many up they are on a sheet, they're always a popular sell. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I wanted to discuss with you. There's been a lot of people that have been messaging in. I've seen it all over the comment section, along with all the crappy crypto bots and whatnot phone numbers. Again, do not trust those numbers. That's not me. I don't have an admin team. I don't have any other 3rd, 4th, 5th account. I have this account, my main one, and my Blue Ridge Collectibles account. So keep that in mind. But yes, go ahead and hunt some currency. If you guys are looking to make a quick buck, this is the way to do it. And I love doing this on my spare time. At the very minimum, I go through $500 face in dollars every single week. I rotate banks. I have a dump bank that I just continuously bring all my cash back to for deposit, and I repeat the process. It's really simple. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. Again, always do something a little bit different, all right? Kind of change the way the curve is in today's market and take advantage of the big money that's flying around there for collectibles that can be found in circulation and at the bank. It's a lot of fun. Trust me. If you are wanting to do something a little bit different, to freshen things up a little bit, maybe your eyes are tired, trying to look for that dumb little error that you need 100 times magnifier for, go ahead and take a look at currency. Your eyesight will be back to 20/20 in no time. But that's it. I'm Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Coinaholics, we're discovering together, and hopefully you guys are going to discover some really cool paper money out there. But that's it. You guys take care. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.